Hey everyone, happy Halloween. I'm assuming people are trick-or-treating or they're going to hop on when they can. I am so excited to prep and plan and prepare for November until the end of the year. I'm going to mute everybody. There we go. And I think the biggest thing too is I'm still pushing this month. I have a goal that I'm pushing for, and I have gotten really creative with it. We are going to have some work time by the end of this Zoom. But I think the biggest thing I want you guys to remember when you are going after certain goals is that you're not going to always hit them, and you just got to accept it. And you can't feel sorry for yourself. You can't just be like, oh, that's a reason to not go for other goals. Finish by Jon Acuff is really helping me understand this better, where he said, people, I've read this to you guys, that it's hard for people to show up the day after they have failed, right? But if I miss this goal tonight, I'm gonna breathe tomorrow and wake up, God willing, and I'm just gonna continue to press forward, if that makes sense. So what I want to do is I want to prep and prepare you for November and for December. So to give you a little bit of background, I know exactly what my challenges are until the end of the year, but I want you to get inside the heads of people as we are going to the new year. Because what's happening is that people want to join. I think I just read like 97% of people don't finish goals. That is a really high percentage of people, right? So what I want you to do is I want you to get in the heads of people and say, let's start before the new year. Because yeah, you're not going to be perfect. What I'm going to show you in my boot camp is that it's not about perfection. It's not about working out and crushing every single workout so much and so hard the entire time, right? I want you to show people that, yeah, some workouts aren't going to be as good and some are going to be amazing and you are going to miss a couple, but what's important is that you just keep stepping forward. So how I want to start this off is I am getting ready for Clean Week. So Clean Week is going to be happening for the team. It's going to be happening for the team on November 13th. So that gives you this week, starting tomorrow, until in all of next week to invite to Clean Week. So here's the deal. Inviting to Clean Week, it's not like, hey guys, like I have this boot camp. Do you want to do it? Clean Week. No. It's going to go in storytelling. It's going to be you talking about your clean meals that you're eating. It's going to be about how clean eating has changed your life, how you feel good, how you're making healthy choices. You're going to share recipes on your wall that are yours. Does that make sense? Launching Clean Week, don't launch it as Beachbody would launch it. Are you with me? So I think sometimes when we're trying to launch things, you don't get high interest. You have to do hey, Caitlin, sorry, I'm so distracted. I'm just going to take your camera off. I don't know if I can do that. Stop video. Okay, sorry. I was like getting so distracted and I want to be like right here with you guys. But I want you guys to share this story of clean eating. So to launch Clean Week, what is Clean Week? It's 7 workouts, 7 flavors of Shakeology. So how could you do that? I just found an awesome resource that I'm going to be sharing in and on my page. I'll show you. I actually shared it in the team page. So when you're talking about Shakeology, you're not like, hey, Shakeology, it's so good, and like holding up like the shaker cup with Shakeology, right? You're going to do a creative post. Maybe it's on top of Shakeology, so it's not showing the Shakeology bottle. Or if you were to look here, if I were to Google Shakeology recipes and I were to go to images, I am more attracted to something like this, right? Than a shaker cup, because that's really brand like oriented. Like this is really awesome right here, right? This one looks really good. But you don't want to be a billboard for Shakeology. Like, look at that. That looks amazing. Maybe take some Halloween candy leftovers and then make a shake and put it on top. Sometimes I've put sprinkles on my Shakeology. Sometimes I put graham crackers all broken up on my Shakeology. Does that make sense? So when you are talking about Clean Week, you're not going to be like, I think of like the Truman Show, when it's like in the Truman Show, it's like all like the Coca-Cola is like just like right there. That is not how you want to launch Clean Week. You want to be your own brand, you. So with launching Clean Week, you could be like, man, I got off track on Halloween. I need a reset. I've been overindulging in sweets lately and I'm ready to eat 100% clean for 7 days. The last time I did this, this is what happened, right? So that's how you're going to launch Clean Week. Clean Week is a 7-day workouts. They're amazing. I did them during our last Clean Week. So it's on Beachbody On Demand. So what happens is that your people, they can do, let's see if I can find it. I'm going to see if this works. So, oh, that was awesome. Okay, so if I wanted to go to shop, Clean Week, I want you to know a little bit more about it, and I'm going to help you launch this and help you prepare and create a plan. So if I were to type in Clean Week, but what you would, hold on one second. So what's going to happen with Clean Week is that they get a Shakeology sampler for $30. But as they do that and as they sign up, as they make their purchase, they get the free trial of Beachbody On Demand already. So you don't have to send this separate thing. So maybe what you do this week is that you do all of the workouts of Clean Week and you share day 1 out of 7, right? I just did this move. I'm not from Clean Week, but maybe I did this leg workout. It's perfect intro to all of my other workouts. I just did this, right? So day 2, I just did this, and you're describing the workout without saying what workout it is. Does that make sense? So sometimes I'll be like, oh, I just did this killer 25-minute workout and I'm sweating bullets. People are gonna be like, what 25-minute workout made you sweat bullets? So maybe all of Clean Week is 30 minutes. So maybe you're like, I just did a 30-minute butt workout. There isn't one on Clean Week, but you know what I'm saying? And you describe it and it's you there. And being like, I'm loving this new program that's an intro into other programs. So if you're nervous to get started on your journey, this is the perfect program to start with. So you're not going to brand Clean Week. Your posts are not going to be copy and paste of pictures from Clean Week or videos from Clean Week. Does that make sense? It is going to be you owning Clean Week, you talking about it through your storytelling of Clean Week. So tomorrow, the day after Halloween, how can you stand out? Maybe you're sitting with a pile of candy all around you. I don't have candy in my house, so it's harder. But if you're at a workspace that has a lot of candy, maybe you're holding up the candy bowl, right? Or maybe you're showing that you're dumping your candy out in the trash. But how can you get creative about this of like, oh, anybody else overindulge on the candy? Like, am I the only one that if I see one little thing, I can justify eating 10? No, just me? Cool, right? So like, just share the storytelling of how people are feeling about this and be like, did you guys know that the average weight gain between Thanksgiving and Christmas is 7 to 10 pounds, but I think it's more? And Halloween didn't set me up for success. Right? So how can you brand Clean Week? So Clean Week starts on November 13th, but you have tomorrow until, I would say the last day they could order would be the 7th. So what you need to do tomorrow is that you need to start breadcrumbing Clean Week. So then anyone who likes and comments on your post for Clean Week, what you're going to do, and we're going to make this, I'm going to send it to you, it's going to be fine. Maybe some of you already made a canned responses. Here's the deal. I want you to stick with canned responses. I don't want you to dabble back and forth. I want you to keep business in the email and personality, friendship, relationships through Facebook. Does that make sense? So say you're sharing your day 1 of Clean Week or be like, oh man, I tried this. I was nervous to try this workout. It's perfect for starting your journey, but even if you've continued on with your journey, it's perfect for you. Like, you're going to still sweat. It's 30 minutes, whatever, blah, 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 blah. And then that's all you're saying. It's curiosity marketing. You're not saying it's Clean Week. And then someone's going to say, hey, like, what is that you're doing? And then you'll be like, oh, like, I would love to send you more information. What's your email? Or someone likes your post and you're going to be like, hey, Nicole, thank you so much for showing me some love today. I really appreciate it. I don't know if you saw this, but I'm going to be, maybe you haven't launched it yet. So maybe you're saying, hey, Nicole, thanks so much for liking my post. I'm actually having a clean eating week coming up, and I'd love for you to see if this is a good fit for you. Let me know if you'd want more information. Nicole's going to say, yeah, why not? Or no, right? Big deal if she says no, right? Not a big deal, I mean. So then she gives you your email. Then what you're going to do is you're going to send her a canned response of Clean Week. And then that's how you're going to do that. So if you have Clean Week starting on the 13th, and I would make a post on Wednesday, and I would start breadcrumbing it a little bit. So between Wednesday and the 7th, you'll want to make at least 3 posts about Clean Week. And if you feel like you don't have a lot of traction on your post, maybe it's because you're being too brand and you're not really like sharing stories. Does that make sense? I want to take you in, and I would love to look at my Facebook because it's not anywhere perfect. But I can kind of show you what I'm talking about. I think this is kind of brandy, like not really my style, but I'm going for a goal tonight, so I just put it out there. Does that make sense? So that's not really telling a story. This is me telling a story and going live about it. That's all right. It's still not my best work, but it's something. I'm talking about it, right? So then as I'm going here, instead of saying, I used to say pre-Beachbody, I don't want to use the word Beachbody right now. So pre-Bootcamp Julianne, current Bootcamp Julianne. And I just talk about my story. That gets me way more traction than me being like, hey, want to do this, right? Me sharing my story, then I can message all those people and say, hey, thanks so much for showing me so much love, like all those kinds of things, right? Isn't Eric so cute? Oh, he is just the best ever. But as we're going through here, so right here, I'm doing this boot camp. This is someone who was sending me their goals. And then I just talked about it and breadcrumbed it and shared a story. Not the highest traction. However, when I post regularly about it, then people start to get interested. But think about with Clean Week. Why would people want to do that? Probably to lose weight, right? Like I'm just thinking like to Clean Week, if the average weight loss of Clean Week is 4 pounds, I would probably push that number. And you can like look up and see I think the average is 4 to 5 pounds for Clean Week. But if you're thinking, so people are attracted to quick fixes, we don't sell quick fixes. That's not what we're about. However, when you do eat 100% clean and you work out for 7 straight days and you have great accountability, guess what's going to happen? They're going to lose that bloat. They're going to lose that weight. So after Halloween, how are people feeling? Like crap. So get in that mindset. How can I talk to the people who are feeling like crap? How can you talk to them in a way where they're like, I got to do that? Do you think the word coach shouldn't be used anymore, like pre-coach Julianne? No, I think that's okay. You can totally do that. But you can do like my journey, like I like to say journey a lot. My journey starting healthier lifestyle. I think coaching is fine. I'm just trying to figure out the algorithm. Links aren't working. If you put your link in a post like a Google Doc or something like that, that's not working anymore. If you put a YouTube video, not working anymore, you guys. So you have to be really careful with your wording. If you write in your wording, message me now, that's not getting a lot of traction anymore. They're really starting to regulate certain things. And that's something that I've been noticing. But how can you word it from like, you made this beautiful clean meal and you're like, you guys, I used to be so intimidated by clean eating. I used to hate the taste of clean eating. Like tell your story about clean eating and talk about how I want to teach you. I want to teach you how to do this. Does that make sense? So then you can get creative with doing that. And then where can we find the canned responses? I have them in our team page. We're going to make them right after this, but I have one specifically for Clean Week, which is great. So if I go here, I go to my Gmail, I'll show you the Clean Week one. You guys would have to add your own links in there, but this is why I'm like, get their email, done deal, right? So then someone's like, hey, Julianne, I really want more information on what you're saying. I have it right here. So what I need to do is, if I have the date in there, I might have to change that. Yep, so it's 3 to 5 pounds in 7 days. And that's what people would want to hear, right? And then I have my kits where they can purchase them right there. And maybe even saying like, Maybe you do Shakeology ingredient highlights throughout this week. Maybe you do it every morning. But here's the deal. Consistency breeds trust. When you show up every day, I don't care if you're getting 0 likes on your posts. When you show up every day on social media, people notice. There are so many people who have joined me that have watched me. Brittany was telling me that she messaged someone and they're like, oh, Julianne's been trying to hound me for 3 years or something. And I was like, what? Like, I don't even really know that. And I went to go look at our message thread of the girl who said that. You guys, we've had 2 interactions and none of them were about boot camps. And I started laughing and I was like, nope, Julianne's not hounding her. And I like told Brittany that. I was like, Brittany, like, nope, maybe she thinks that because I messaged her and said hi once, but like, no. So the thing is, I think she thinks I'm hounding her because she sees my posts all the time. So she's aware that one day she will join us. Maybe, I don't know. But I'm just saying it doesn't matter. I've built consistency over the last 3.5 years that people know exactly what I'm about, right? So maybe you do a Shakeology highlight ingredient thing every Wednesday. And you're not taking a picture of your Shakeology like this. Maybe it's like, I did one with sprinkles and I'm like, hey, today is Friday, like it's time for some sprinkles, right? And you take a picture of your Shakeology from the top. You know, something like that. Don't be a brand for Beachbody, be a brand for you. And talk about superfoods. It's your superfood shake. And then you do the highlight ingredient and be like, you know what? Like I was really nervous to try these because it was a bit of an investment. There's a way you can sample this. Let me know if you would want to try them. So a way to sample Shakeology, right? And then someone's gonna be like, oh yeah. So I want you to start thinking about this for Clean Week. If you're in for Clean Week, then you send them a message and you're like, oh my gosh, thank you so much, like whatever. Maybe on Friday or Sunday night would be a good one, saying, hey you guys, I don't know if you guys have seen, I am gonna be running a 7-day boot camp based on clean eating and intro workouts. If you want to sample what I've been doing, I would love to help you out. I have 3 more spots available. However many spots you want to put on there, I stick to my word with the spots I make. Does that make sense? But I'd love to help you. That would be an okay post to do on a Sunday night. After you've breadcrumbed a little bit of like your clean eating, like your Shakeology ingredients, like all this kind of stuff, right? And then you're like, hey, blah, 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 like I'm doing this. And then when someone messages you, hey, I'd love more information, you're like, great, I actually have 3 more spots left. I'm starting to finalizing the list. You messaged me in perfect time. Or someone likes it saying, hey, I saw you like this. I'm finalizing my list and I just want to make sure that you get the information to see if this would be a good fit for you so you get in on time. Yes, the date for Clean Week is going to be on November 13th, that Monday. And I will be scheduling it all. It's going to naturally run itself. I am actually going to be doing the Clean Week workouts on those days, so I'm posting in that group doing the same thing. I'm not necessarily following the meal plan for Clean Week, but I'll get them all set up for that. And then I'm starting next week. I'm doing the Little Obsessed workouts. We get 5 of them next week, the sneak peek. You guys, do them, because then you'll be like, day 1 of the sneak peek, like, this is what I thought of it, insane, right? Or ow my butt. Like, I don't know, like you just like share, or just start laughing. You just share that. So I have a plan for that, but maybe tomorrow your workout is the Clean Week workout. I think that's a good plan. And then actually, you could do that until next week, because the Little Obsessed comes out on Monday, but at like 9 Pacific Standard Time. So for you early riser workout people, you're not gonna be able to do it Monday morning, and you might be a day behind on Clean Week or the Little Obsessed, and it expires in 24 hours. So your day of 1 of Little Obsessed might be on Tuesday. That's a perfect time frame for doing Clean Week starting tomorrow. You can skip the stretch day or something. So we're going to make a canned response for that if you haven't done it already. If you want to launch Clean Week, the reason I would launch Clean Week and Breadcrumb this week is because you can filter those people into a longer challenge. This is a perfect way for them to see if this is going to be a good fit for them. Does that make sense? So then what's going to happen in November is I am going to spend the entire month after Clean Week inviting to my next boot camp. And this buys you time because today I freaking crushed it. I did. I was running all over the place. I was barely home, but I crushed it today. I'm still waiting on this Success Club and this Success Club. Hopefully it happens. I'm pushing. But I crushed it today, and I want to show you guys what I did. So I spent 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes, creating a video for my next group, which is launching on December 4th. On December 4th. And it's going to be my favorite things. Legitimately, for 14 days, I'm giving away one of my favorite things. I don't think you have to do investment in order to have people perform. So please don't just recreate this thinking that, oh, I don't want you to have to spend money. Does that make sense? I want you guys to do something you're passionate about. So when is your next group going to be? Mine's starting on November 6th. Then after Clean Week, which is the 13th, so I have 2 challenge groups in November, the Clean Week and my longer one, which is before. I'm going to spend the rest of the time of November inviting for December. And then, so what I did is I made a video 14 days. Look at this, a 2-minute video. We'll watch it real fast.
Hey everyone, Julia and Tanya here.
Can you guys hear it?
My husband yelling in the background. He was just cheering me on for starting this video, and it made us laugh. Anyway, I am coming at you from San Jose, California. I am so stoked that you're checking out this video. I'm really excited to end 2017 super strong. And honestly, I'm even more excited that you're getting started now, or you're interested in getting started before the new year. I think that's amazing that you want to start your journey in December. Who does that? So let me tell you a little bit about this boot camp. It's nothing like I've ever done before. Since I wanted to end this year strong, I thought, I really want to celebrate. I really want to give away prizes. I really just want to encourage people daily. I want to make this different. So I am making this boot camp all about my favorite things. Meaning when you check in daily, you are going to get entered into a raffle. And each day I'm going to raffle off. And you can win multiple times for my favorite things. So I'm so excited for you to take part in that. And in this boot camp, you're going to learn how to meal prep. You're going to learn how to rock your fitness. You are going to learn that this isn't about perfectionism, that if you do awesome for 14 straight days, you get off track, that you're not a failure. That's what we teach in these boot camps, that it's just about going and moving forward, that you don't just stop and quit, right? I was so used to that. I've lost 35 pounds because of these boot camps the right way. Real fitness, real nutrition, and real support. And that's what you get in this online community that's through Facebook. It's absolutely amazing. I've been doing this for 3.5 years, and it has just changed every aspect of who I am. And it's been really cool to help other women lose weight, tone up, gain confidence, and just celebrate this process and this journey. So, all right, we're going to get started with...
Y'all, that was the 5th video I recorded because I kept messing up. So it happens to me too. I was in there, I was like, go in, and I was like 3 minutes in, and I was like, shoot, and like did that, and Eric's just like laughing. He's like, you can do it. So maybe you are nervous to make a video. Great. Awesome. Maybe you do mess up. Cool. Get over yourself. Do it. It's time to be a CEO. Does that make sense? Like, I seriously took like 5 times, and then my last one was 2 minutes long because I messed up so many times. I like got it in a short little thing. So after I made that video, and what did I do? I recorded it on Zoom. Is it awkward the first few times you do that? Okay, Ashley, that's what's up. So then after I did that, I went and made my canned response. And I will share all of this with you. You guys know that I'm doing this canned response stuff. It is just so crazy how much it's changing the game for me. So then what I did is I made my graphic, and well, I was feeling stuck with Success Club. So then I just was like, well, I'm just going to channel like something else and just work on stuff that I need to get done. So I did favorite things, canned responses. So, okay, maybe you're like, Jillian, I'm not quite ready to run my own boot camp in December. That's fine. I still think it's going to be great if you make your own graphic, and maybe you just call it Favorite Things Boot Camp. And then maybe when you're recording your video, you're not talking about my favorite things that I'm giving away, but just being like, hey, in this boot camp, there's going to be favorite things that are given away. I don't mind giving them away to other people. Does that make sense? I just want you guys to feel prepped, prepared, successful without juggling a lot of things. But I don't want you just to use my stuff, because I think when you get your face in there, it's going to be so amazing. So then maybe you're doing a video of like, we're going to be giving away favorite things each day to celebrate this whole year. Get us ready for January. It's just going to be a blast of just doing fitness and nutrition. So maybe that's what you do in your video, if you're going to stick with this one. Does that make sense? So then I made this canned response. I put my new video in there. Have these ones just stay there. So then what's cool is that when someone's ready to say, hey, Julianne, because my goal of wanting to help 10 people, right, in the month of November, because then in December, I'll tell you guys what I'm going to do in a second. So Lisa's like, yeah, Julianne, like, please let me know what your favorite things are. And then, oh, perfect, Lisa, I'm going to send this to you. And then I would just even say, hey, girl, like all this stuff. And then I send her that, and then I'm over it and done. And then I just move on. So I made a canned response today. I made a video for my December group. For those who aren't comfortable with their own favorites group, a group of coaches together, you can host. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And it doesn't even, it can even just be like celebrate the year group. Like, it doesn't have to be like you give away prizes. Like, you guys can, I do not see a lot of people on here, and I'm really, really sad about that. If I could see your faces, I would be like the happiest girl ever. But yeah, absolutely. And you can totally just like think about how you want to do that. But my goal right now is I want to help you guys help people, because I've seen the transformation all of you guys are either starting or going on, and it is so inspiring. And I know for you guys becoming coaches, like, you guys have that goal of getting your Shakeology covered, and you believe in it, which is amazing because it's changed your life. So as your coach and mentor and leader, I want to make sure that that's happening. And I can tell you, this is what I'm doing. This is what's working. So I made that canned response today for my December group. It's done, you guys. It's done. My canned response is done. My graphic is done. And my video is done. I don't have to think about it anymore. My clean week, that's a canned response that I can just use each and every time I do clean week. And now I'm just going to breadcrumb. So then in December, on December 3rd or 4th, when that Favorite Things Bootcamp launches, I am already knowing what my January group is, which is New Year, New You. I've done it every year. This is my 4th time doing it, I think. Third time? I don't even know. But it's New Year, New You. And it's not about a resolution, it's a real solution. It's everyone's favorite. And so what I'm going to do is I am in December heavily pushing the New Year, New You, where I'm talking about it's a fresh start, 2018, like, let's go. Who's ready to rock and roll? January is always a very strong month for coaches, because guess what? That's when everyone's like, oh, crap. I gained 15 pounds. I feel like crap, right? What I'm trying to do right now is prevent that for people. But when you are growing your network every day, not everyone's doing that, right? So then in November, you are pushing for December. You're getting in the heads of people. Don't start in January. Start now, right? I'm going to teach you how to celebrate this year. I'm going to teach you how to prepare for the new year. You're going to talk about that. Then in December, that is when you're like, I know when my January group is, and if you're doing the New Year, New You, real solution, not resolution, great. Let's do it together or do your own. It doesn't matter. And that is when you're going to spend December talking about that and getting in the minds of people and are in the heads of people. Does that make sense? Do you guys feel more confident going in? That is exactly what my plan looks like. I have it down. I know exactly what I'm going to be doing. And I'm obviously here to help you in every aspect of every way that I can. And I think the biggest thing is, like, take a deep breath. This is not hard work. It's easy hard work in the sense it takes time. But my thing is this. Anyone who asked me about my favorite, it took me what? to make my graphic, make the canned response, and make that video, it might have taken me a half hour, maybe 45 minutes, but guess what? It's done. All I have to do is post about those groups. And yeah, oh my gosh, Lisa, yes, the Canva, like I made all my graphics for the holiday prep, and I was like you can do the copy. Oh, I want to show you guys, this is what I'm doing too. I made a Google Doc for so I made a Google Doc. So okay, to be fair, I would say maybe this took me an hour. Maybe it didn't take me 45 minutes. So I made a quick Google Doc. So then where am I using this Google Doc? Instagram. I'm putting it in my bio. So what you can do is you can do like, oh, not the preview thing. You can do the send shorten URL. So maybe if someone's interested or whatever, you can put it on your Facebook. Again, it's not going to work if you put it in your posts. I'm going to teach you how to do all this stuff, so you guys don't freak out. It's only 6:30, or 8:30 wherever you are, and we're gonna have work time, if that makes sense, to get this done, so you feel confident going into these next few months. So I just reused my 14 days of favorite things, and then I just want their email address, first and last name, and then how did you hear about this? And then once I get an email look at all my responses to it, then I'll send them a canned response right away. So that's nice too from Instagram, because Instagram's kind of a pain in the butt sometimes of like, I feel like transitioning people. I think it's harder than Facebook, but so I made that. So I made a Google Doc, which I think is least important out of these. Canned response, I think, is number one. I think your canned response is going to help, because here's the deal. When I started, I didn't know anything. I had never tried a workout. I had never tried Shakeology. I didn't know anything about coaching, and I just jumped in. I think I'm rare. People need precise details of information, and I think that's nice when you can do that. But I think that canned response isn't word vomiting. It's just enough. But it's enough in the right way. You know those, like in Facebook Messenger, you don't know how to transition. It's been such a great conversation, and you're like, where do I take this now? I feel like the canned response doesn't make that happen. Like your canned response is that transition. So when you're in those conversations of like, hey, it's been so great chatting. I don't know if you saw, but I have this group coming up. Let me know if you'd want more information. I'd love to send you some information to see if it's a good fit. And they'll be like, yeah, what's your email? You send them a canned response, and then it's done, and they'll be like, how was your weekend? I think it's going to give you more confidence going in and talking about this group, if that makes sense. So what are your questions? And then we'll have some work time. So what I'll do is share the canned responses. If you guys are like, oh my gosh, how do you even make a freaking canned response? I have been talking about this on other Zooms, and I noticed some of you weren't on those, and so I'm really thankful you're on, because this is going to change your business. I really believe that. So if you go to your settings of in your Gmail, and you go to, like, let's go right here and type in canned responses, you can type them there. No, that's not how you do it. Eric, oh, settings right here. So if you go to settings and then you go to labs, so settings, labs, then all you do is enable canned response. I go to compose. I paste whatever canned response I want. So like I was like, hey girl, how you doing? If I wanted that to be my canned response, I go to this little more options. I go to canned responses, and then I go to new canned response, save it as that, voila. And then now someone's like, I want information on your clean week. Great. Oh no, I don't want to save that as the new one. But I would just type in, and it's automatically there forever. So super easy. So what are your questions before we have some work time? I will share clean week canned response, my favorite things canned response. no questions. This is what I want you to do. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah. So you're just talking about not like exposing yourself as the coach and stuff too. The girl I've been talking to about coaching, she didn't even know I worked as a coach for Beachbody because I just don't promote it on my Facebook. And she said that was her favorite part about it, that she didn't realize I was selling something. She just liked the lifestyle that I lived, and that's what got her interested. So just words of wisdom.
And that's what this is. It is a lifestyle where it's like everyone else on Facebook is selling and everyone is like doing all these crazy things. And I think in our head, we're like, we don't want to be salesy, right? Because of everybody else out there. And you guys, when you're genuinely sharing your story, you're automatically different. And that's what you have to trust in this, that when you're saying, hey, I don't know if you saw, but I have this coming up. Let me know if you want more information. That's not being salesy, you guys, because you're not sending them a link. You're not sending them this script through Messenger. When they give you their email, this is what makes it different because they gave you their email. They're like, I'm ready to hear whatever you have to say versus you just saying it. So what I want you to do is get out a piece of paper. And I want you to do this in steps. So this is what happens. We look at that and we're like, canned response, December, January, clean week, all the stuff. And you're like, then you like freak yourself out and then you just don't take action because it looks like a huge list. This is what I do. Legitimately, I'm speaking in Vegas and I have Vegas. So it's like my Vegas list, Instagram, our custom responses, challengers. And I had other lists going. And so what I did is I put it all out there in importance. Believe it or not, this was the least important for today of creating that content for Sunday. So I had other lists. And so then I just would peel it off when I was done. So what I want you to do is if you're doing clean week, that is first. So for clean week, canned response. That would be your first checklist, right? We got to make that canned response. Then that's all you need to do for that. And then you would post social media tomorrow. So you don't have to worry about that, right? You just want to make that canned response. You don't have to make a video. You don't have to do anything. So how do you get your customized links for Clean Week? Go to BB Links. If you go here, then you type in your coach ID, hit submit. These are all my links. So if I wanted nutrition, 3-day refresh, I'm sure it's in here somewhere. Clean week. Here is the regular one. So here's my link right here. Copy. And then in my canned response, how you add a link to something is you click this little link guy, paste, and I'm going to say click here. And then if I were to click here, that would be my thing. But we'll get into those details. I can answer those questions in a second. So clean week. If you're doing clean week, you got to commit to this. So you have to make a canned response. I'm going to send you the canned response on the team page. You're going to go copy it, put it in a Google Doc. And then all we're going to do in that is change your links. And I'll show you how to do that in a second. So write clean week. You're probably done inviting for your November challenge unless there's one starting on the 16th or 23rd. So I'll let you decide with that. I'm done with November. Does that make sense? I'm done with it. I have everything done for November. So you kind of have to figure out that for a second. December, favorite things. I need to make a video. That's on my list. I need to make a canned response and graphic. This is how I work my business. I put it on a list of importance, of time. And so if yesterday, guess what? On my tracker from yesterday, I had create my December video. Did I get it done? Nope. Do you see how I didn't mark it? So I had it on my thing yesterday, but I didn't get it done yesterday because of order of importance. It wasn't important yesterday. Today, important. So I got it done. So that's how I want you to look at this. You're not going to just have to feel like you have to crush this list right now. Does that make sense? You guys are like, Julianne, stop talking. I want to get to work. All right, sorry. So video, canned response, graphic for December. Does that make sense? Go with the favorite things boot camp. Don't say Julianne's favorite things. Just be like, we're doing this favorite things thing. Like, I just want you to make a plan. So I'm going to hit stop record.